Hey everyone, it's Tyler here, and today I'm going to do something different. I did a poll on YouTube about me talking about cults and stuff. And one person voted, so I'm going to talk about a really weird cult. So I'm going to talk about something very serious. So, have you ever seen those signs blasted everywhere promoting a show called Shen? The ads are just pretty much everywhere, and apparently the show says China before communism and all that stuff, and promotes traditional Chinese culture apparently. But anyway, the weird thing about this show, did you notice? But the show is made by a cult that's banned in China. I'm not making this up. And the cult is called Falun Gong. Now, before I continue with this video, I want to make something absolutely clear. I have no affiliation with the Chinese Communist government. I am not some Tiananmen tanky who thinks China is the greatest country in the whole world. I feel like every country, the thing about this is not every country is perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect country. Not even the US is perfect. So, we have a right to, pretty much everyone's right to exist and all that stuff. Yeah, no, no. I have no affiliation with the Chinese government. And the only reason I am saying this is because Falun Gong brainwashes members as well as governments into thinking that everything that is against this cult is apparently from the Chinese government and should be discarded as propaganda from them. The reality is, this religion has been very harmful to people. Now, anyway, just to clarify, my definition of cults are pretty much religions that are harmful or other groups that are harmful. So stuff like Jehovah Witnesses and Falun Gong. Wicca, however, is not a cult despite being a new religion. It's a very peaceful religion and is not a cult because their beliefs contradict the mind control elements of cults. So anyway, now what is Falun Gong? Well, it's a Qigong movement that was founded by a man named Li Hongzhi. Li Hongzhi claims that Falun Gong will make you superhuman through cultivation. Now, if you're familiar with Chinese fantasy novels like Shanxia novels, you probably know what cultivation is. But for those who aren't familiar, there's a belief in Chinese culture that you can do certain meditations and prayers and stuff, and in order to become immortal and have superhuman powers. It's a really common thing in Chinese mythology and fantasy and stuff. So Falun Gong pretty much apparently teaches this stuff. So, basically, Qigong is one of those ways of cultivating according to these beliefs. So, now, believe it or not, Qigong in its own right is not a cult. It's just meditation and exercise, like Tai Chi and stuff. Pretty good. But the thing is, the issue with Falun Gong is they have some really, really weird beliefs. They have some really weird beliefs that is mixed into Qigong that makes it into a cult more than actual helping others thing. Basically, the thing is members of Falun Gong are supposed to worship Li Hongzhi as this messiah-like figure who came down to Earth to save humankind from the Chinese government or something like that. But they have weird beliefs like aliens from other dimensions apparently invented modern technology and basically aliens invented modern technology and they're bad and stuff. Basically, the religion rejects modern medicine like vaccines. Like a lot of religions, like extreme versions of Christianity and Islam, they are also homophobic. And probably the worst belief, other than the homophobia, is the belief that heaven is racially segregated. and that mixed race people can't go to heaven unless they contact the Li Hongzhi, and they claim that aliens are what's making people. Yeah, it's really bad. I'm just gonna play this Boondocks clip.
You see, there are many different types of people, Ruckus. So God created many separate but, well, for the most part, equal heavens.
Also, it's kind of weird how like this cult is like the logo has a swastika in it, because I know like it's a good luck symbol in like Chinese and Native American cultures, but just with the whole beliefs on race mixing in their religion, it kind of like makes it feel like it's the other way, like bad, like because like the swastika was made bad by the guy with the funny mustache and stuff. So, but yeah, it's weird. So yeah, anyway, apparently in 1999, Falun Gong got banned in China. And so Li Hongzhi moved to America. Yeah. So yeah, Li Hongzhi moved to America, and America welcomed him in open arms. They were like, "Oh, you're banned in China. We hate China, so basically that means you must be the good guys then. We're standing up against the Chinese government." So yeah, basically like then like Falun Gong became the poster child of religious freedom for China. It's weird. Basically, they built a compound in Deer Park, New York, and this cult pound in Deer Park, New York has sparked controversy for allegedly violating building codes and polluting in the waters of the town. So yeah, it's yeah. So basically, then Falun Gong decided to get people on their side. They create their own media empire. So they created a TV channel called New Tang Dynasty or NTD, and they spread a lot of like propaganda against the Chinese government on there. And they have a show called China Uncensored, which features a white guy ranting about China. And also the Epoch, and also run a like newspaper called the Epoch Times, which, if you know what the Epoch Times is, it's a very horrible newspaper with a bunch of right-wing propaganda, like a lot of bad misinformation about society in China and stuff. Like they're extremely biased about China in the Epoch Times magazine because it's by the Falun Gong cult. It's banned in China. So yeah, it pushed a lot of really bad information during the pandemic. And weirdly enough, they call furries and trans people a cult. So that's kind of weird. But interesting enough, the Epoch Times has also got into the movie industry, and they made a Christian movie apparently. And that's really weird. It's called The Firing Squad, and it was released this year. And it's weird how a Chinese cult, abandoned China cult, made a Christian movie despite this cult being against Christianity. Like Falun Gong doesn't like Christianity, but they apparently made a Christian movie to profit off of Christians and fund them. So that's really, really weird. Also, this year, the CFO of the Epoch Times was arrested for money laundering. So yeah. And then there's also the Shen Yun shows. Yeah, the Shen Yun shows. Basically, it's back to the Shen Yun shows. So Shen Yun's like the show about the China before communism type stuff, and like, yeah. But yeah, it's like this is not like promoting like traditional kind of Chinese culture fully. It's more of like a tool for the Falun Gong to preach their cult to people and like get people into the cult and stuff. So yeah. So this year, the New York Times exposed Falun Gong and Shen Yun for violating child labor laws and allegedly abusing children, and that's really bad. Like, and then and now someone is finally suing Shen Yun for child violating child labor laws and human trafficking. It's really, really bad. So it's a bit, and apparently Falun Gong's like, no, this is just a smear campaign by the Chinese government. This is not by people who have been hurt by this religion. It's just a smear campaign by the Chinese government. But honestly, it's like someone accusing Shen Yun who have been hurt by Shen Yun of horrible thing, like ex Shen Yun members who've suffered horrible stuff, like Shen Yun wouldn't let people go to the hospital and stuff for injuries. It's bad stuff. It's like that's one of the allegations. And so yeah, apparently people in the U.S. think that Falun Gong is not a dangerous cult. They think it's the poster child for religious freedom in the U.S. And most infamously enough, they don't really think, oh, bad Chinese cult that has dangerous beliefs. They think instead, oh,
Oh, they took my freaking kidney.
yeah, apparently the weirdest claim that this cult claims is that the Chinese government is allegedly harming, harvesting their organs. S- But honestly, in my opinion on that, I'm very skeptical about it because, like, the only people who are saying this is true are the cult and those who defend it. So I'm extremely skeptical about it. So I honestly don't know if so. Yeah, basically, Falun Gong is a cult. Plain and simple. It's a dangerous cult. Like if it's I don't care if it's banned in China. It's a dangerous cult and that's why I made this video to raise awareness of it. And like if anything that the Chinese government is doing to this cult is true, then that's bad as well. Basically, the whole Falun Gong story is pretty much like no one's the good guy in this story. Everyone is terrible. It's like Chris Chan's story where there are no good people in the story. Everyone's terrible. So yeah, basically, I feel like Falun Gong is a really weird cult that is pretty much brainwashing the U.S. into intolerant beliefs about China and other stuff like LGBTQ people and stuff. Falun Gong is a really terrible cult. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. And to end it off, I have this cute panda plush I got this year. And I don't have a name for them, but I could call him Panda Chan. This is a cute little panda plush. So I just want to end this video on a happy note and cuddle pandas. And yeah, I think it's just cute to cuddle like little baby pandas. So yeah, I'm ending the happy video on a happy note. So say goodbye. Bye. So yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe for actual content and feel free to comment. So yeah, have a nice day.